Why can't we listen to R. Kelly? I don't get it. Why can't we not listen to R. Kelly? What he did, horrible. Horrible. Ignition?
The man can
The
sing.
remix?
Yeah. He's got a voice. What can you say?
It's a good song.
Yeah.
It is a good song.
Apparently, there's videos of him singing in jail for like some of his cellmates. Babooey.
Babooey. Babooey.
How you doing?
Oh my god, these things are fucking heaven sent.
I can tell by your really loud chewing.
Is it loud?
You can hear it.
It's ASMR. It's ASMR.
Yeah. You ever watch any of those videos?
Nope.
I watched a Popeyes one. I see why people watch them. It is kind of satisfying, especially when you have a speaker or headphones.
Is it?
Yeah, and, like they do a whole bunch of extra shit too. They're like tapping their fingers on the table and like grabbing the bucket in a certain way, and like when they move it, they'll slide it across the table so you hear it slide into the camera. It's like they do weird shit. He's like wearing gloves.
I don't
It's an
know,
art
man.
form.
Seems like a weird kink. We didn't do our mic checks.
Oh yeah, check.
Turn me up in the headphone, T.
Yeah, I got
Turn
you.
me up. It's
Check,
a little bit
check.
too loud.
Check with
Bring it back down. Bring it back down.
Check.
Okay.
We
I'm
good?
actually almost ready. I have one more to eat, then I'm ready to pay attention.
Make it a good one.
One more full Clementine. I'm just kidding. Alright. I don't know if you're going to keep any of that in or not, but I'm ready now.
Let's do it. We'll keep that in. Why not?
We'll keep it in.
we'll
Yeah, hell
keep
yeah,
it
why
in.
not?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, and thems,
Okay, don't forget the days.
welcome to another episode of one of the top 6 best podcasts in the whole entire tri-state area. Not quite the world yet. It's probably top 50 in the world. But yeah, this is Star 67 podcast where we pretty much pick a topic, we talk about nothing until something comes up, and then something turns back into nothing. Then we're talking about aliens when we started off talking about hardwood floors, something crazy like that. But today, this topic, we're starting off with music. The voice you're hearing currently is One Guard, and I'm always with one of my favorite people in the world, Triz, T Money, T Diddley Dog, T Pain, T Grizzy, T Art.
Tart.
That's all I got.
Pop-Tart.
Tart, fart.
Yeah.
Ooh, Pop-Tart.
Yeah, Pop-Tart.
Yeah, today we're talking about music. First thing that comes to my mind, I don't know about you, Triz, is Jonas Brothers' #1 hit single song, Year 3000. One of the greatest songs ever invented on Earth.
I haven't heard that song in a minute.
That song goes hard, bro.
Yeah, I feel like it should be played more. I was just at Topgolf the other day. Like, I feel like that'd be a good spot for it. But no, it's been a while since I've heard that one.
Year 3000 is like one of the best karaoke songs that anyone could go for.
Yeah, maybe next time we go to karaoke night, that's what we gotta.
Oh, bro.
Put it on the list.
Karaoke nights go. Any avid listener to the podcast knows a karaoke night at what is it? Peanuts or Lantern?
Lantern.
Every karaoke night at Lantern, whenever I show up and the boys are there, it goes hard, absolutely hard. We drink a little bit too much. We do some stupid things. As in stupid things, I mean like doing a McGregor walk up and down a bar.
Stupid. I will say, alcohol
Wait.
and karaoke are best friends.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a match
I
made in
personally,
heaven.
you should try it also when you're sober. He'll give you appreciation of why to do it when you're drunk.
Exactly.
I will say. What do you have for music? I only note I had really was Year 3000 by Jonas Brothers. That's about it.
Genres. I know you and I are definitely two people that kind of like to dive into different genres. Which ones do you kind of like to listen to? What do you dabble in?
Spotify said that I am the discoverer. That's what they said in the last two of my yearly wrap ups. I love music. I should get that tattooed on me. What do I like to listen to? Honestly, anything but country. But still, sometimes I'll tip my toes into some yeehaw music here and there.
Toby Keith's not bad.
Who the fuck is that?
Toby Keith. That even sounds like a country singer's name. Toby Keith.
that sounds very country.
Yeah.
I know for a fact. Ooh, Block is hot.
Yeah, you hear that?
Oh, Block is hot.
Hope that person's okay.
But no, I the only country songs I know are Chicken Fried. Knee Deep goes hard, by the way. I listen to Knee Deep often. Have you heard of it?
No. Who's it by? Do you know?
Whoever made Chicken Fried.
Oh, they're by the same person? I haven't heard of either of those songs.
It's like, you heard Chicken Fried.
Maybe. Is it by Toby Keith?
Chicken Fried. Cold beers on a Friday night.
No, I don't think I've heard
Pair
that.
of jeans that fit just right.
No.
You haven't heard of that one?
No, I haven't heard that one.
Bro, there's no way in hell that you made it through 24 years of life without hearing the song Chicken Fried once.
No, sorry. I'm
You
kind of
went to
uncultured.
You went to Naperville North. That's like Chicken Fried Central.
I don't know. Maybe I've just like blocked it out of my memory or something.
Well, you got to listen to Chicken Fried and also Knee Deep. Are you a beach person?
Kinda.
So Knee Deep is like, knee deep in the water somewhere, got a big dangling breeze in my hair. Only wonder in the world is when the tide's gonna hit my chair. That's my favorite phrase ever.
I'm glad you enjoy this song.
I do. I play that song on repeat often. Do you know that feeling when you listen to a song and like you make it like a quarter of the way through and you just have to repeat it again? And you do that like 2 or 3 times. That is such a hard feeling, bro.
Yeah.
That stuff goes hard.
Especially in like hip hop and rap, when you hear someone spit like a really nasty bar, you know, you're like, oh, hey, what did you just say?
You're like, oh,
yeah.
Snap.
Yeah.
Run that back.
They're stringing words together and shit. Yeah.
Bro, that's like with me and every single like J. Cole comes on, I'm like, dude, that is disrespectful how you put those bars together like that.
Right. And sometimes like it's the bars that go way over your head too, where you're like, you really gotta absorb it. You know, it's like, okay, hold up. Let me dissect
It's like
that
when you listen to a song like 4 years from now, and you're just like, yo, shit, that was hard.
Right.
Oh, dude. I don't know what I was listening to this. There's this one song called "Escaping on a Speedboat," and it's like this weird underground artist, but he just just went incredibly hard. I repeated like five, 6 times.
Escaping on a speedboat. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We should throw that in the rabbit hole playlist. I gotta listen to that.
We should. Everyone. A lot of the songs they are in the rabbit hole playlist. So please check out the rabbit hole, and you'll see it's rabbit hole spelled with a W, not an H, by the way.
Because
that is
we're a hole.
Yeah, it's a creative choice. But no, you guys gotta check it out. It's like music that we both enjoy.
I like what you said about going back and listening to a song, because you ever go back and listen to a song and it kind of reminds you of a time in your life? Like there's like a feeling attached to it?
Yeah, I remember like they say like whatever song you and your partner first have sex with, that's going to be like the song that you choose. That's going to be like your song.
This is kind of random. You ever heard that thing where the reason why people have a feet fetish is because the part of their brain that like like something related to sex. There's something that's like related to sex and something that's related to feet, and those parts of the brain are like right next to each other, and sometimes the wires get like interchanged. That's why so many people have feet fetishes.
I have heard about something like that. We're not kink shaming on this podcast. You have any kink that you want, just live your kink out.
It's probably just like a it's, you know. Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah. Huh.
No, I have heard something. It might have been you who told me that, but I do recall a part of my brain that knows that.
Mm-hmm. I've been told it by somebody else, so maybe this is just a giant game of telephone, but I've heard that.
I love playing telephone. Spreading rumors is my hobby.
Do it for sport.
I should work for TMZ.
Mm. Today I went out with my friend Claudio we went to a bakery, and we were chilling outside by our old high school, and the girls' gym class walks past, because like they walk laps, that's what they do, and all of them were just gossiping. They're just talking shit. That's what they do. Thought that was kind of interesting.
Why are you looking at the girls' gym class?
We weren't. We were chilling by the baseball field. There's like a park bench. Don't look at me like that. Stop looking at me like that. We were chilling by the baseball field on the bench, and they walked past, and like it's just a giant line of girls just all talking shit about what's going on in their lives.
Gossip, man. That stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
We're off the topic of music. What music are you listening to right now, man?
Two main genres. Lo-fi, definitely when I'm trying to like focus, or when I'm just kind of like spacey in my head, you know. If I'm trying to like, if I ever have any creative problems or anything like that, then lo-fi is really good to listen to like while I'm driving and I'm trying to like solve whatever the problem is. But if I'm actually trying to...
You drive and listen to lo-fi?
I do, yeah. If the mood is right. Like in the morning, if I'm having a really nice, calm morning, grab a coffee. Yeah, for sure. Windows open. Yeah.
You have to each their own. What's the other genre?
Hip-hop. I listen to a lot of
hip-hop.
So, yeah.
See, hip-hop. The hippity hop. Hip-hop. The don't stop. The bang, bang, the boogie up. Go the boogie to the boogie to the boogie to the beat.
Yeah. I listen to the hippity hoppers and the gum rappers and all that.
Yeah. Everyone arrest him.
So
you listen. I never met someone who drives to lo-fi.
I do. Only when the mood is right. Not every day, but you know, if the morning is calm and the sun is shining and the birds are singing, then yeah, I'll throw on some lo-fi.
You throw on some lo-fi? Okay.
Yeah.
What if the birds aren't singing, and the sun isn't shining? What are you gonna play?
King Von. Nah.
That took a twist.
Right. No, I'll just listen to some hip hop. That's usually my go-to.
I think about when I walk through the airport, I have music in, and I have this problem wherever I listen to music, I like to dance. So I always think about like what people are thinking about me when I listen to my King Von type music.
Yeah, you're definitely a person. I will co-sign and say that you're the person where like music actually makes you lose control. You get hyped up with some music, bro.
Bro, put some songs on.
Yeah.
It's over.
Life of the party over here, bro. Let me tell you.
As soon as my booty gets moving, bro, it's game. It is.
This dude.
Game. I'm being honest. Like, I went to a bar. It was disco night, and when I tell you, man, I was. Disco night.
Right. We're going up the stairs to like 2-9 and shit. And he's like already dancing. We're not even in the club yet, bro. He's like dancing up the stairs because he hears the music. Like, here we go. It's like entering another world with him. He's like fucking Willy Wonka, and you're about to go to the chocolate factory or something.
Dude, it's something different when you see me in the shower. Don't see me in the shower, but you can picture me in the shower.
I don't want to. No, I'm good.
Ooh. I have the problem. People, I walked on the street when I had music on. I'm doing spins and shit in the street.
Mhm.
It's like I'm living my own world when I have music in.
Yeah, singing in the rain and shit.
I love singing in the rain, dancing in the rain. I feel like more people should do that.
I
Why
bet.
don't people dance and sing in the rain more? It's so fun. It's lit rain. It's like all that stress gets washed off of you. I mean, like
Right.
going to a music concert or venue in the rain, it makes the concert that much better because everyone's just out there having a good. They're like, we have to have a good time because we're fucking soaked.
You're the sunshine on a cloudy day.
I got sunshine.
What?
Such a good song. It's,
Go ahead. I was gonna change topics.
I was gonna say, isn't it just crazy like how much music there is out there? It's like music is the only art form that you can't see.
This poetic. That takes me to another question. Like, why do you think we love music so much?
It's expressive. There's this I met this person and she had this theory that the reason why girls like male artists so much is because us men we're very masculine. At least we try to be masculine, but the musicians, it taps into their feminine side and they are able to express their soft side through music.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the reasons why, I guess, sexually speaking, we love music.
Right.
Because just because like, if I can't express it with my words, I can listen to the song and it'll tell me how I feel. Not or like be an example of how I feel.
Yeah, adding back to a little bit of our last conversation, another genre that I like to listen to is R&B, and there is a part of that in there for me too, where it's like sometimes I kind of want to hear like what's going on in the mind of another person, like emotionally speaking. You know what I mean? Like hip hop, it's more about culture. Lo-fi, it's more about focus. But with R&B, it's like you're really getting like a deep look inside of somebody else's mind and how they feel about a certain topic, whether it's a guy or a girl or like a situation or an experience. You get a better idea. Like it's more melodic in that way, where like the beat will actually the beat and the rhythm will actually make you feel something. You feel a energy from it that's different from hip hop. You know.
R&B goes hard.
Yeah.
R&B. I just really got into Robin Thicke.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you ever listened to Robin Thicke.
There was a popular Robin Thicke song in high school. I think he did something with Bruno Mars. I want to say it was Locked Out of Heaven, but I don't know that for sure.
Robin Thicke does have some questionable music out there. You remember the song Blurred Lines?
That was it. Yeah, it was Blurred Lines. Is that Bruno Mars in it too?
I don't know if Bruno Mars is in it. I did know he's talking about having sex with a female who's clearly too intoxicated to have sex with him.
Yeah, it is definitely kind of questionable, huh?
Questions arise with him.
I mean, hey, people
With
still
that
listen to
song.
R. Kelly. He's been questionable for
You
years.
Why can't we listen to R. Kelly? I don't get it. Why can't we not listen to R. Kelly? What he did, horrible. Horrible. Ignition?
The man can
The
sing.
remix?
Yeah. He's got a voice. What can you say?
It's a good song.
Yeah.
It is a good song.
Apparently, there's videos
We
of
can
him
listen-
singing in jail for like some of his cellmates.
You think he's a top or bottom in jail?
I don't know. I've never once thought about that question, to be honest. I don't want to throw him under the bus or nothing.
Why? Why can't you throw him? Is he a top or bottom?
If I'm a betting man, I'd say bottom. Shout out to R. Kelly though.
Are we shouting out to? You can shout out to R. Kelly, but I can't shout out to Ted Bundy.
Name one good thing that Ted Bundy has done for society. What's in Ted Bundy's catalog?
Okay. you got me there. You got me there. I retract both of my shout-outs.
Maybe he's a good painter. He did have a family. So, like, maybe he raised some nice, well-rounded children. I don't know.
Ted Bundy had a family?
I think so, yeah. I think he had a wife and kids.
Really?
Yeah. He also had other stuff going on, though, so.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he was a psychopath. He killed
Right.
people.
Yeah, the other
A
shit.
lot of people.
Right.
Uh-huh. But if you take away that aspect,
Yeah. That's
that
nothing.
insy tiny bitty ounce of detail.
Yeah. What about what about instruments? I know that you're big on piano. You still
I
learn how to
love
play
me a
that?
piano solo in a song. If a song, dude, when you came out here, we should have went to Howl at the Moon. You would have liked Howl at the Moon.
I think you were talking about it. We hit like 2 or 3 other bars though, so we never got around to it.
Did we?
Yeah, we went to Belvedere's, we went to Lefty's, then we went to the disco spot. I don't remember the
That's
name. of it.
Belvedere's. You made it to 2 bars.
No, we went to 3. What was it?
It was a place right next to my apartment, right?
Yeah, that was Belvedere's. That's the spot with like.
That was not Belvedere's.
What spot was that? We went to 3 different bars, bro.
It was Coop, Lefties, and Belvedere's.
Oh yeah, okay, Coop. That's what I was thinking of. I thought
Yeah,
Coop
I
was
was like, you did not-
Belvedere's. Obviously, I'm not from the area. I'm a
I was
Howley.
like, Trish, as soon as we made it to Belvedere's, you were down bad.
Yeah.
Like, you were.
That's probably
It
why I
would
thought
be a-
that Coop was Belvedere's, bro. Because Belvedere's is a blur.
Trish, that game of electricity that we played messed you up.
I was stupid.
Oh my god.
Yeah, good times.
Wow, you were down bad.
Mhm.
What was your question?
Instruments, like learning how to play the piano.
Oh yeah, piano. I love me a piano. Also, if any song brings out brass instruments, it's over. Piano and brass instruments for me. I love it. Like Masego, goes hard.
I do throw on a Spotify playlist where it's piano in the background. Sometimes I'll work to that. It is nice to hear someone like slay a piano.
The piano is like one of the hardest instruments to play.
It's super technical,
Mm-hmm.
so I like it.
Because, like, you're using your eyes to read music, you're using both your hands and both your feet, or just one of your feet. So it's like, unlike, like the violin where it's just this, it's like every part of your brain is activated. It helps with, learning any type of instrument. It helps with all, like, the Alzheimer's and dementia. It helps, like, push it back for a little bit. So does learning a new language.
Is that a study that you read, or like a article? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
I don't see
That
how it
is
could be bad for you. I think it's really cool that you're learning how to play, learning French too. That was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I there were some texts that like didn't come through, like they weren't delivered, and I just didn't bother to resend them. But that last text that you sent me that like made no fucking sense, I was super confused. So I started going off on my keyboard.
Wait,
I'm like, bro,
Wait, what did I send?
I think you when we were talking about when we wanted to do the podcast, and I think you meant to say like earlier the better, but it came out as EST-IT use the later or the better. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, bro, like, what are you even trying to say? Like, do you even look at your phone when you type? And you're like, oh, my keyboard is in French. And I was like, okay, that's actually kind of a valid excuse. But just know that I was really confused. And I was holding a grudge for a second. I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, why do I have to decipher your text message?
Apparently. Bro, I'll send something to like my boss, and I'll put like very quickly, like 5 minutes later, say that wasn't in English.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Just know that there was a period where I was pissed off. I'm like, dude, what are you saying?
At least you got there.
Yeah.
But I'm learning French to help so that, one, to keep it tied in with music. I do not like listening to Latin music. It just doesn't do it for me. It does. A lot of people say, "Oh, I love Spanish music. I love Spanish music," and I'm like, you don't know what they're saying at all, and you can't even dance to it. I don't understand why you like this music so much. Not saying it's bad music. I just recognize it for what it is. But I love listening to French cafe music, like French jazz.
It's so random. That is so random.
Is it random?
Yeah, hella.
I like listen. When you study, you listen to lo-fi. When I work on stuff, I'm listening to French cafe jazz. It's so smooth, and it's just like you're just snapping. You don't know anything that they're saying, but I do now because I'm learning French. I'm almost done with Duolingo Unit 1, moving on to Unit 2 next week. I'm not bragging, it's whatever, but
level up.
I like it. French music for me just goes hard. Besides French rap, I can't do French rap.
I listen to this one YouTube channel. They're called Color Studio, and they'll have people from different countries and stuff like Nigeria and France and all that. They'll have them come on into the studio and sing a song, rap a song, whatever it is that they do. There's some rappers and I'll just say artists. There's some artists from other countries that even though I can't understand a word that they're saying, I fuck with it.
Mm-hmm.
So every once in a while,
that's
you get
something
one
cool. That's
touchy.
like. That's something cool about like foreign music. It's like you don't know what they're saying. All you know, you just know that it's good. You
Right.
like you can recognize a good song,
Right.
without knowing what the words are.
And I definitely feel like that's the.
Despacito. I don't know what he's saying. What does Despacito even mean? Seems like I'm desperate for a burrito.
That's definitely the value of music is like you feel it. You know, like you just said, you don't really have to understand what it is that they're saying. You can kind of feel what it is that they're saying.
That was you went to a death metal hardcore concert thing?
I did, yeah.
So like I went to one too, and that was the craziest thing I have ever experienced in my life. Oh my!
It was pretty hype.
God.
There's a lot of hype going on in those venues.
Yeah. People were like punching people and shit for fun. I was dead ass, bro. I was in the back. I was not about to venture in the middle, right? I told my friend who I was with, I was like, I want to go in the middle. I want to be a part of it. And then he was like, don't do this. You don't want to go in the pit. And I was like, I want to be in the pit. So I was in the pit. Well, the pit was closed, and then the music started. And like when I tell you, I was at the front of the stage, and once the music started, I was already back by the concessions in like a span of like 20 seconds. I was like, how the fuck did I get all the way back here?
Yeah.
But like I got elbowed. I was like,
You get turned around, bro.
Let
me tell you. Sorry, I didn't go anywhere near the pit when I was there. Fuck that. So you're brave.
Yeah. See, this is the difference between you and I. I was like, let's do this shit. If we're gonna be a part of it, I want the full experience. And I was so happy I did not get the full experience. But like, what was really cool is like they would strum the guitar, and like you can feel the bass like move through your body. Like that was pretty hype there. I don't know what type of voodoo magic they did, or why can't Lil Wayne do it, but like that was hard. It was like, brrr. It was crazy.
It's weird how music like sparks that sort of. Do you even call it violence? I mean, like it does something to people that makes them aggressive.
What they were doing was violent. That was not fun for me.
Oh yeah,
deadass. Dude, my face was just like for 2 hours, like drool was coming out of my mouth and everything, and I was sitting there. I was just like, what the fuck? Why am I here right now?
Right. We went with some friends and just know that one of our friends hopped up in the pit, and when he left, he was limping. I watched him limp to his car. I shit you not.
Why do I want to go to a concert where I'm gonna get injured at? I have to take PDO
Yeah.
for an injury. Does not make sense in my head. It's whatever. I guess I'm just a rational human being.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm good.
Oh my god.
I'm good. I'll pass.
Pass. I did it one time. I'll do everything one time. Oh! I also wanted to talk to you about this. This is kind of like a side tangent. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
I recently looked up. Grant sent me a video of a bull trying to get out of a cage.
And
he showed me this bull, and when I tell you just by looking at the bull on the phone, I was scared of the bull. I can't believe that I ran with the bulls. I can't believe I did that.
I haven't even seen the video, and I guarantee that bull was not happy to be in that cage.
That bull was. What I tell you, it looked like this bull was on steroids. I was scared. I was scared through the phone, and I ran with those. Nah, bro.
Yeah. You ever watch you ever watch those videos of like rodeo clowns and shit getting hit?
Oh yeah.
You know, like when a cowboy falls off and the bull's just going nuts. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it takes a lot of balls to say like, all right, yeah, let's get this bull away from this cowboy, and you run out there with your fucking outfit and start like dancing in front of it. Like, I'm good. Again, I'm good.
That's what we were doing in fucking Pamplona. It's like someone would get knocked out, and then like you'd have to distract the bull so they can carry the limp body out of the arena.
Right. You watch some videos, you're like, that guy's dead. He's dead.
Dude, 5 people died the day I ran.
Yeah.
5 people.
That's the shit that I'm talking about. Yeah.
Hey, it could have been me. It wasn't me though, because I'm built different. But it could have been me.
But it wasn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was really cool about it's crazy cool how music brings people together. Insanely cool. Because I remember when I was in Pamplona, they were saying like we found Pamplona.
Yeah, you love saying that word.
I'll say it one more time. ASMR like Pamplona. But we were talking to some Spaniards, and they said if you ever get lost, just find the music. So I was walking around the streets of Pamplona at like 3 o'clock in the morning, just looking for whoever's playing music. And as soon as I found the music, I knew where the party was.
Mm-hmm. You hear it from like a couple blocks out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It was crazy.
Yes, Spaniards, they get down.
Spaniards! They're crazy people. They run with bulls.
Yeah.
They run with bulls over there.
Yeah.
Very macho mentality. I'm macho.
I can't say that I am. I didn't hop up in the pit. I'm not willing to run with bulls.
You're like, chill.
Yeah, hella.
I like to chill.
Yeah. When it comes to instruments, 2 things. One, in middle school, I was learning how to make beats with my pens and pencils. So I was doing that like a shit ton. I'm actually not bad at it. So, I mean, I know how to do that. And then if I had to learn how to play another instrument, I kind of want to play the harmonica. Just because I can carry it around. Yeah.
I wanted to learn how to play the harmonica, so if I get locked up in prison, I would have a way to pass time.
Exactly. Because you never know when you might get locked up in prison, because you and I are out here and all that.
Uh-huh. We're reckless. We are a menace to society, as they say. We're from the streets, yo.
We're lying. A lot. A lot of lying going on right now.
You don't want to run up on my block, you'll get shot. Yo.
Okay. Shot with a water gun. Throw a water balloon at him. Just hug it.
I'd be so fun. If I lived in a bigger city, man, I would drop water balloons on people as they walk by. Because it wouldn't be like the worst thing that happened to them, but it would be just like a perfect amount of inconvenience to their day.
It would be kind of funny.
Maybe that's just like, I guess, in one of our last podcasts, you were saying how do you ever lean into like that darker side of you?
Is that it? Dropping water balloons on people?
I was asking you, like, do you remember that?
I do, yeah.
Do you remember having a topic about that?
Yeah.
I realized ever since we had that conversation that I have the tendency to do that.
Mm-hmm.
To lean in onto those dark sides of me. But just like with the very small amounts of inconvenience.
What would you put in the water balloon?
Like,
is it water? Or are you peeing in it?
oh, just water. Literally just water.
Okay, just water.
Just water. Because pee would be evil.
That's too dark. That's Ted Bundy shit. Ted Bundy,
That's
if
Ted
he lived in
Bundy.
a skyscraper, would drop water balloons filled with pee on people.
So when I got to Toronto the other week, whenever we recorded that podcast, or whenever I recorded a podcast, it was in Toronto. But Mikey took my plane after me, and I didn't even know Mikey was taking the plane, but I did everything that would inconvenience the next person.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mikey, like I was waiting for the shuttle, and Mikey called me and was like, "Why are you such a dickhead? Why would you do this?" And then he would text me like, "Why would you do that? Like, are you kidding me? You knew I was taking this plane." I was like, "Mikey, on God, I did not know that you were taking the plane. I had no idea."
It was just for the
makes it
next
so much
random
better that
dude.
it's you.
Yeah.
And it just so happened to be you.
Yeah. I feel like it makes it worse that you were just going to inconvenience the next person not even knowing who he was. Or she.
Right?
Or they. Or them. You know?
Right? My captain was like, did you know he was taking the plane before you did that? I was like, no. And he's like, you're a dickhead. And I was like, ah,
Yeah.
I guess so.
You're right. That's the dark side.
It's I mean, I wouldn't say it's dark, but it's pretty dusky.
One time
Not
I called my coworker and told him a yo mama joke just out of the blue. Because I don't know, the dark side came over me. I was like, I'm gonna get his ass. So yeah, shit like that.
Oh my god. Okay, what do you have with music?
What about
Done with that tangent.
what about influential artists? Who's inspired you?
We talked J. Cole. Have you listened to that song You Know Miles?
No Miles.
I sent it in the group chat.
You did? No, I still gotta listen to it. I'll pull it up. I haven't
It's
listened to it. Next time, I'll write it down. Next time we will talk about it. I'm gonna do that, and I gotta watch a documentary now. We'll talk about that.
It is the stupidest song you'll ever hear. You remember D-Bangs?
No.
The one he was like, he made the 1-800-FUCK me.
I haven't heard that. I don't know what that is.
Ah!
You're in a pocket of the internet that I've never been to.
Bro, D-Bangs, he made like the most suspect song ever. He's like, it starts off like, I got money, I got women, mine is money in the women. And then the song starts off, you're just like, ooh, okay. But then he drops a verse saying, he's like, 1-800-FUCK me, you can't even touch me, and I fucked your fucking dad.
What?
And then you're like, what? Because you're vibing with the song, and then it's just like talking about him fucking your dad. You're just like, wait a minute, let's pause it back. That type of music's not influential for me, but I do like.
Go on.
Let me run it back. It's not influential for me, but I do appreciate like that other side of music where people just make it a joke and they're just having fun with it. Influential artists? I mean, like, let's keep it a buck. Kanye is still one of the greatest rappers alive.
Absolutely.
Influential wise. Like, he's made an impact, and even though he's talking some nonsense right now, I know that you're a Kanye supporter, but he is
Easy.
talking some nonsense.
He's got his own opinions. I think when it comes to people, like, there's pros and cons to everyone, you know, but like you also can't take away that man's influence on the culture. That's important.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah, no. And then what else? Drake. And like not even talk let's talk a little bit of like older people. Michael Jackson and Prince. They swept the fucking nation.
Mm-hmm.
The world with their music.
Yeah.
The Temptations, Jersey Boys.
Okay.
They're crazy. They're crazy influential.
Yeah.
Not in my life.
Michael Jackson was definitely like cross cultural. Like that went beyond black culture. You know, like that sucked everybody in. Everyone was captivated.
White people were listening to him.
Yeah, what a character. I remember I listened to an episode of Rogan and he was saying he was listening to some, I think it was Rogan. He was listening to some station that was like rock and roll or something. And the dude came on the radio. He's like, yeah, I know this is supposed to be a rock and roll channel, but this dude, Michael Jackson, he's really got it going on. Listen to this shit. And then he played Michael Jackson. That's how we got into Michael Jackson.
I think we listened to the same episode.
Mm-hmm. So,
but like James Brown, too. Have you listened to James Brown recently?
Not recently. I saw an interview with him when he was like really high on coke. That was funny.
Listen. Who says coke is a bad? The government says that coke is a bad drug. All right.
James Brown was just living his life, bro. James Brown wouldn't be James Brown without the coke.
Dude, that time, like the 60s and 80s, the 70s and 80s, what I would kill to be 21 in that era. I'm like, yeah, we have a little bit of Jim Crow going on, but put your ass in New York or Chicago on the south. What a time to be alive. You have afros, flat tops are coming in, and all you do is listen to music and do drugs.
It's the life. Imagine being a rock star during that time. I mean, like, literally, imagine being James Brown. It's like, dude, that man is literally just living life. Nothing else.
Literally.
He's just living life.
Literally. Living his best life.
Yeah.
Not giving a care in the world.
Yeah. He's lit.
It's insane. But like, no, there are like crazy influential people out there. I'm like, even like right now, like speaking right now, like I always go back to JID's song Ski or Skid, whatever the fuck it's called. You listen to it, right?
Yeah. Skiggy?
Like, Skiggy. Oh, it's probably a play on the Tuskegee Airmen.
Mm-hmm. I think it's, yeah, like, or just Tuskegee.
Yeah. Wow. But no, that song went hard. He literally broke down, like, like they made the song, I'm Not Racist, but that's not a bop. It's kind of, they're more so just telling a story about different perspectives. But like, that song, Skiggy, he's like, nah, man, what you're doing makes no sense, and let me tell you why. I've had that song on repeat often.
Have you heard?
He said, "You're."
Have you heard "I'm Not Racist" by Joyner Lucas?
Well, yeah, that song.
That one's good too. I do like how he broke down, kind of like he made it really cultural, like he, especially with the issues that were going on during that time. With Trump and George Floyd.
I think he made it. That song was way before George Floyd.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure at least.
I think he mentioned when did Trump get elected? Like 2018, 2016? Yes, it probably was before George Floyd. I think there was some protests happening though. Oh, maybe it was Trayvon Martin.
Maybe it probably was Trayvon Martin.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
But no, I think that song is more black and white. But I mean, like, you're not gonna listen to that song on your way to work.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, how often do you play "I'm Not Racist"?
It has some heavy undertones. Not really the way that I prefer to start my morning.
He's telling a story in two different perspectives, and plus it's like 7 minutes long.
Yeah.
But Skiggy just goes hard.
Yeah, there's definitely
That's how I think of it.
there's definitely pockets of hip hop that, they're not necessarily like Kendrick's new album, his last one. It's not really like for
We Cry Together.
yeah, Father Time, all that. Although Father Time was kind of a bop, but a lot of those songs on the playlist like weren't necessarily made for like they're not speaker music, but they're those timeless classics where you're gonna look back on it and be like, yeah, that was art. Like he's really speaking about the time.
Yeah, I listened to a podcast about Kendrick's album, and he wrote it for it to be more therapeutic. So that you had to listen to the album in its entirety multiple times for you to understand it, and at the same time, you might not understand it. Like some songs might not resonate with you as much as other songs.
Right.
Like for me personally, the We Cry Together thing that hit because it came out. It came out when I was going through some stuff, kind of related to it, and I was like, "Hey, this shit kind of hurts." I listened to it one time and I couldn't listen to it again for like a couple of months, and then I was like, "Okay, I understand now."
Right. That's how I felt about Father Time. When he was talking about like trying to find father figures in your life, and like masculinity is kind of disguised as being a gangster, and I can see that. He was definitely he was addressing the hood, coming from the hood.
I only think of masculinity as being a gangster. That's why I walk around with my 9.
Shut up. You were literally just talking about listening to like French cafe music.
It doesn't mean I can't have a dark side.
You got a foot in both worlds.
Oh yeah.
Jack of all trades.
I'm Frank Sinatra by day, but a King Von impersonator by night.
Code switch. But for me, influential artists, 3 like really come to mind. Kid Cudi, J. Cole, and Kendrick Lamar were definitely the ones that I gravitated to the most. And I mean, of course, like they were Kid Cudi, or I'll say J. Cole and Kendrick are definitely like still at the top. Kid Cudi, not so much, but for me personally, I definitely related to a lot of the things that he was saying. Especially when it came to like loneliness and having different feelings towards certain things. Just kind of like how you said that you related to We Cry Together. There were certain things that he would say, like certain experiences that he had that at the time I definitely really related to a lot. So even still.
I do remember as kids, you always loved Kid Cudi. You would always put him on.
Yeah,
and listen to.
Big Kid Cudi fan, yeah.
The first Kid Cudi song I knew was. What was that song?
Which
what
one?
was it?
Pursuit of
Happiness. One about
Happiness.
Project X song? Yeah, Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah. That one's a classic. You ever seen the music video for it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah. Whenever I think about Pursuit of Happiness, I think I have like a cigarette in my mouth, and it's just like I'm moving through time, but like I feel stationary. That's kind of like how I interpret the song.
Yeah, I definitely see. I see a young man trying his best, but every single time he tries his best, he always comes up short, and then he tries again, and the same thing happens after that.
That's a horrible circle to be in.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that whole time for him was definitely full of classics when it came to like Pursuit of Happiness, Day and Night, Solo Dolo, Mr. Rager, Dad Nunu, Marijuana. That's really what got me into Kid Cudi was like I started smoking at that time too. So
you were smoking the marijuana, and then you also heard of the song Marijuana, and you're like, I like this. He likes this. I like this. He made a song about this, and you're like, oh, this just makes sense.
Exactly. I have this memory. I remember the first time I smoked out of a bong. Me and some friends, we went behind a bowling alley, and like there were some chairs back there, so we were just chilling. And one of the friends brought a speaker, and he played "Just What I Am" by Kid Cudi. So I think we had like 2 or 3 blunts in rotation, and we're smacking this bong, and that song is playing. And I remember that memory like very vividly. We had to like hop a fence and like go through a little forest to get back there and shit. And I'm guessing that was kind of his spot, because there were already chairs back there. I think only like 1 or 2 of us had chairs though. The rest of us kind of had to like sit on the ground, but yeah, it was dope. Good little memory.
Oh, childhood.
Yeah.
All those days of running to smoke.
Yeah. Back when it was illegal,
Wow.
you know what I mean? You had to like hide from the cops and stuff.
Literally. Yeah, like hide from the. Honestly, I never understood that. Like, I feel like it'll be more sketchy watching a group of teenagers hop a fence behind a bowling alley than watching teenagers pass something across each other in a park.
Yeah, true that. Hiding in plain sight.
Right? I remember Key and Peele, they did an episode about that. It was like a drug deal going on in a park, and then the guy was like, "How do you want to do this?"
I know what
You're
you're
just
talking
like, he's like, no, just hand it to me. Like, stop looking suspicious if you're trying not to be suspicious.
Right.
That's just how my brain works. Again, I think I might be the crazy one.
Right. They start getting like super obvious about it. He's like, okay, well, I'm gonna take your $20 and I'm gonna give you these drugs right here. He's like, thank you.
These drugs right here. Here's the receipt.
Yeah.
I don't get. I remember as kids that I would watch people, they'll like go in bushes, and I'm like, guys, what do you think people are thinking when they see a group of 5 teenage boys go in the bushes together while they see smoke coming out of the top of the bushes? Like, put 2 and 2 together.
Right.
Put 2 and 2 together. What make? I don't know.
I remember when I went to Hawaii with my friends, his cousins came with us from like New Jersey or something like that, and we were on the beach and they wanted to smoke. They had a blanket that they threw over themselves and they were smoking underneath the blanket. But I mean, all you have to do is walk past and ask yourself, like, why the fuck are they hiding under a blanket?
And you see smoke coming out of it.
Yeah.
Like put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many better excuses. Like, oh, it's a vape. Oh, it's cold. Oh, it's a cigarette. Oh, it's a cigar. But no, you guys just never met. I'm so happy I was not. Does not make sense to me.
Yeah.
Does not.
Let's throw that.
I was heated for a second. I've been thinking about that for a lot for some reason. I don't know why.
Being secretive, or at least like trying to be secretive. We're also like in high
No,
school.
fucking teenagers hiding in bushes to smoke their marijuana. Why? Just smoke in a park. It doesn't make any sense. You're being more suspicious. I think I saw some teenagers do that, and ever since I'm getting to that age where I don't like teenagers anymore.
They're kind of annoying. When I walk around and I have some teenagers and they're
My
just
TED
doing like,
Talk's done.
when I'm walking around and I see some teenagers and I see them doing teenager shit, like I always wonder, like, were we like that too? Like, just annoying like that?
We need to change topics because I'm heated.
Gotcha. This one's a comment. I feel like music taste, once you learn a person's music taste, it says a lot about them.
Oh, 100%. I figured this. I beat the dating system, man. It's broken. It is complete. So you know how Spotify does the blends?
Mm-hmm.
So what I do, whenever I meet someone, I send them the Spotify blend thing. And then if the blend's down to like 50%, I'm like, hey, we ain't gonna work out. No matter what. I just know for a fact we're not gonna work out.
Oh, you have like a
'Cause your music
compatibility
taste is
test.
garbage.
That's pretty crazy.
I'm like, I'm not gonna sit on a 5-hour road trip with you and listen to show tunes. No.
It's Kids Bop.
Now that's what you call Pop 25 ass? No, I'm not doing that. I am not. Catch, that is so true, man.
Yeah.
That is so true.
Although sometimes you get when you're hearing another person's music taste, sometimes you do find yourself in a different world, which is kind of cool. Like you'll find yourself in a genre of music that you never thought that you'd find yourself in. Like I got really into indie. When I was dating my ex-girlfriend, she was really into indie music. I got super into it. Still am into it.
See, I don't like the exact definition of indie music. We kind of talked about that when we were in the,
And we're
in the
on
cabin.
vacation. I do remember you saying this.
I don't like it. I still talk about it till today, to be honest with you. My brain fixates on stuff. But I don't like the definition of indie music. I don't think Frank Ocean should be considered an indie artist. I don't think if Kanye West and Drake drop all their labels, I'm not gonna think of them as indie. But that's just me.
I think it's like one of those broad definitions, kind of like success, where like you know what it means, but it doesn't exactly have a definition behind it, or you can interpret the definition differently. That's what I think of.
I feel like indie music should have an exact definition. I feel like we can do that.
Yeah, it does get a little strange because although indie means independent, I feel like indie has a certain sound to it. So you're right.
Right? Uh-huh.
I don't know.
And if Drake, I swear to God, if Drake drops his labels and says, I'm the new indie artist Drake, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Is this the end of your TED Talk?
I will cut my ears off. Yup. I'm done.
Yeah. This is this one is definitely a little bit more opinionated, but how do you feel about drill music?
Oh. Drill music is just like hood music, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much, you come from a gang and you're at war with other gangs, so you say bad things about those other gangs. And you claim to do incriminating things to those gangs. It's a very suburban way to describe it.
I just don't care about it, to me. Well, I don't. I guess I listen to Chief Keef, and that's drill apparently. But like overall, I really like two shits I could give about it.
Mm.
Like with me and music, man, it's like if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. Like the story behind the music isn't necessarily it for me, but if it's good, it's good. I'll listen to it. If it's bad, it's bad. Your hair's looking really good, by the way.
Thank you. It's growing. You're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that. I've been getting a lot of compliments about it lately.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah,
It looks good. Kind of gives me like old school Childish Gambino, but when he actually styled it.
Mm-hmm. I kind of have like a sort of homeless look going on. For sure.
Hey, that's the Kanye blood in you.
Facts. Maybe I should start wearing his clothes. Is that allowed? Can we still wear Kanye's clothes? It's allowed, right?
I don't know. But you like drill music though, right?
Not like that. I don't listen to it. I do have a perspective on it where at the end of the day they're creating art just based on their own experiences. So I can't say that we should police it, but I can't say that it's overall good. I mean, you're talking about violence a lot of the times, and I feel like it inspires other people to commit violence. And these are role models in today's culture too. So
I think that like half the people who are actually making the drill music aren't actually doing the drill music stuff. They're just using it like as a vessel.
There's a lot of that,
Like
but
they're
there also are.
ghostwriting.
Yeah. There's a lot of that, but there's also a lot of people who are like they're doing the things that they say that they're doing.
I just feel like that's just like such a small percentage of people are actually doing what they say they're doing.
You cut out, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-oh. Alright, you have me in my back? Uh-oh. Christian.